Hey YouTube, what's up? Oi to the Bame, Bawani, Kedu, Vasas Los, Bonjour mes amis, Konnichiwa, and Ni hao, ni hama. Alright. I want y'all to peep this out. This is Meagan Good. This is Meagan Good at the BET Awards. Now, I've been meaning to do this video for a minute because Meagan Good is now a sanctified Christian or a Christian that's married to a pastor, former pastor, preacher, current preacher. She's the preacher's wife. She's a preacher's wife. See, I'm trying to figure this thing out. And you'll understand why in a minute, right? So, Meagan Good and Devon Franklin, that's her new husband, right? They met over Jump the Broom, right? They write a book. And this is some blackafoo on black women. They write a book. And basically, they're stating it's okay for the woman and man in this case, but more likely the woman to sleep around, all right, and then be celibate as she waits for a husband. Think about this, right? These women are always looking for redemption at the end of their mess for all the evil and whorish things that they did throughout their lives, right? And then they expect a knight in shining armor to come and save them from that whoring thing while not really changing themselves. Okay? And I want y'all to pay attention to the mess that they're trying to peddle. Right? And then I'll have my thoughts. And so, again, this is the Reluctant Navi, news and views, my views on the news. And this mess is some crazy. All right, so this is Meagan No Good at the BET Awards. All right, and this is more sinister than you think. And I'll spell it out as we go along. So, shall we continue, people? I want y'all to just listen to this.
Actress Meagan Good's real-life views on sex and marriage are, though, very different from her character's outlook in Jumping the Broom. It was on that set where she first worked with her filmmaker husband, Devon Franklin. They believe saving sex for marriage is the key to success. And for that couple, it meant committing to celibacy until they tied the knot in 2012. Their new book is called The Wait, a powerful practice for finding the love of your life and the life you love. Meagan and Devon join us both at the table. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Good to see you both.
Good to see you too.
Now, this is what I thought was so interesting, because you get the book, you read it, and there's a lot of snickers and a lot of, yeah, sure, look at the two of them. But you were celibate for 10 years, even before you met her. Yeah. And you say in the book, deliberately not having sex is a foreign concept to men.
It is. I mean, you know.
To every man I know.
Well, for 10 days sometimes that's a foreign concept. But for me, it really started as a spiritual practice. You know, in my other life, I'm a preacher, and I didn't want to live two lives. At the time, I wasn't practicing celibacy, but I was still talking about it. And when I said, you know what, I have to be the man that God called me to be, and part of that was taking this vow and waiting until marriage. And when I started doing that, it gave me discipline that helped me in every other area of my life. And so I started telling other men, you want to be successful, get victory over this area, and there's nothing in life you can't do.
Now, you understand how much bull he just said right there? Here's a question, fellas. Here's a question. And if there's any of you females that's really honest that's watching my channel, answer this question. How do you save sex for marriage if you're already a whore? If you're hoeing around, how do you save sex for marriage? All right. And biblically, women, whatever women is listening to it, there is a double standard by the Almighty. Virginity is a prize for a woman because there's blood in the breaking in of a woman. That's the covenant between her and a man. Once that covenant is broken, the first time in your life, you can never go back to virginity. I don't care how celibate you trying to be. You can never go back to virginity. It does not apply to a man. And women, this is why it doesn't apply to a man. A man is not interviewing for you. You and your virginity is interviewing for a good man. But since you do not value good men, the women do not value good men, men just aren't good, right? Men are not supposed to be virgins, don't have to be virgins. The women do. Is because for virgins, there's a responsibility that a man has to a virgin that is different from any other woman. Any other woman, the responsibility to that woman is going to be contingent upon how her behavior is and how she treats that man. And is biblical since we're dealing with Christians here. So it's a biblical thing. All right. Now, let's continue. All right. You hear all of that. You hear what he said. That's a lot of booty. They're gawking over her. All right. Now, I'm not showing you what's going on yet. This is the block of food that the guy just before you was trying to advocate celibacy about. All right. Now, what is this all about? What is all the commotion about, you ask? We'll get to that.
You're a lucky man, Devon. You're a lucky man. Give her a kiss, Devon. Give her a kiss. Give her a kiss, Devon. Oh, yeah.
All right. So, he's a lucky man. Why? Think about this. He's a lucky man. How did this dude know he's a lucky man? What is he so lucky about?
Over the shoulder.
You see what I'm saying? Look at how they're commenting on this woman.
Oh, wow.
Look at her breasts. Look at her breasts and tell me what everybody should see it and notice it. All right, this is the same two Christian. I think everybody should be celibate before you get married. But you've been a hoe all the way up until you decide that you want to you want to be a wife. You see what I mean? We're not talking about mistakes. We're talking about being with every thug, every bad man that you could be with. This is the epitome of what black men have been talking about. This isn't a woman that got with a man, the man died, they was in a marriage, or they got divorced. You know what I mean? This was not a woman that was seeking a husband, ever. Not that she should be seeking a husband. This isn't a woman that wanted husband quality. Right? All right. And so when this man sought her out, he was a simp. He still is a simp. He's a straight up simp, right? No black man should listen to anything that he has to write. All right. So let's continue.
What did you hope to find with the weight? Why was the weight important?
It was very important because at the end of the day, what I found is when you're dating and you have sex on the table, things get cloudy. You're judging.
They're dating
completely because it's almost like dating under infatuation. In the infatuation period, you don't even know who the person is.
Yeah,
gentlemen, why are you dating?
Sometimes it takes us years down the line before we really realize who we're dating because we are a little bit blinded and because we are kind of making some excuses here and there for the person because we're so physically codependent on them. And when we take that out of the equation, you actually get to know the.
That was a bunch of bull. All right. First of all, black men should not be dating. You should already know what you want, right? And when you find what you want, you should go after it. And then that's the end of that. Black men that are Israelites, you know what the deal is, right? If you find a woman that's an Israelite, there's no dating. That's is you for me, me for you. Period. Ain't no such thing as dating. There is thou shalt date before thy hitteth thy coochieth. I haven't seen that scripture. If one of y'all see it in there, point it out to me. You know, point it out to me. Furthermore, let me translate the bull crap they just told you. Black men, be a simp, because it's not about virginity. It's about celibacy to you and you only. Okay, that the black woman gets to be a hoe and sleep with all kind of thugs, Negroes, and stuff. And if she's an actress, she could afford to pay somebody to keep her body looking like that. And then it's all about celibacy. When she get with you, there is no sex. Oh, do you notice that even with oh man, see, I can't remember her name. I'll get back to it. All right. But we just did a Russell Wilson and Sierra. All right, you see how they're trying to push the celibacy? They're not pushing virginity. Remember the story I did about the woman that kept her virginity before she became a wife, and how white people bashed her and black women bashed her? Remember that? I'll put it in the description box just in case y'all need a clue. Right? They bash virginity, but they want to replace virginity for celibacy, but only celibacy for the good man. The man that's husband material. Okay, we gonna be celibate now? No, y'all need to kick these little wenches to the curb. It ain't about that. And I will say, black man that ain't in no truth, there's no such thing as dating. All right, everything is supposed to be for a purpose. If you see a woman and you have no purpose for that woman, then you as a black man should leave her alone, or you're going to have some trouble on your hands. If you see no purpose in the woman, leave her alone. If she a hoochie mama, skank, scallywag, hoe, B, super B, bad B, boss B, you see what I'm saying? If she big pimpin', independent, don't need no man, leave her alone. Leave her alone and everything with her. Leave her alone. I promise you, if you get tied up with her, there might be a worthy woman come by and you'll miss her because you're messing with trash. There are worthy women out here. Right? They are few and far in between. Right? But if you are a non-simp and a good man, and you ain't trying to just worship the body, no, I'm saying pick a woman with a body that you like. All right? But there has to be more than what you like. There has to be more to that, right? But don't be hypocrite about it. Be real. Be like, babe, I want you. You want me? All right, let's do this thing. Ain't no such thing as dating. What dating is extortion by black women for a black man's money. That's what dating is. And at the same time, you're being extorted, black man, by a woman, then the next woman, because you dating, you're not building nothing with any woman. Dating is bull. All right? Y'all need to leave the dating crap alone. And I'm going to just keep it real. Brothers that are in the truth, we don't date. We pick out our woman. If our woman desires to be with us, then we be. We don't date. And then we build from there. All right? No woman is worthy of dating unless she's a virgin. No woman is worthy of dating unless she's a virgin. If a woman is not a virgin, then she should have it in her mind already if she wants to be a wife or a hoe. And whatever part of her mind is made up, that's the path she's going to follow. And that's how you treat that particular woman. If a woman be a wife, then take her as a wife. Right? If a woman wants to be a wife. But you'll know. You'll know the signs. She will. She should have gotten it right by now, right? And so, basically, I'm not saying look for a virgin because that's going to be hard to find, but look for a quality woman, because some of the times it's more than. I mean, even virgins can be stank. With this mentality, look for a woman with the right mentality. But all this BS right here is straight simping. They trying to get you to straight simping. Oh, be celibate and stuff like that. That's not natural. Even the New Testament, which they follow, says that it is doctrines of demons. Celibacy is doctrines of demons. All right. See, there's Christians. They follow the New Testament. It's the same doctrine of demons as eating meat. Forbidding to eat meat. Forbidding for somebody to marry, i.e. have sex, is a doctrine of demon as forbidding from somebody to eat meat. Oh, go look it up, y'all. Y'all know I read. All right, let's continue.
Compatibility is an incredibly important part of marriage.
Absolutely.
A lot of marriages break up because people are not sexually compatible. If you don't have sex before your marriage, how do you know you're not compatible? That part of your intimate relationship will work.
Well, here's what we have found, just in all the people we talk to, and even in our own relationship. When you have a foundation of love and friendship,
excuse me.
And then you get into sex.
Excuse me.
Explore each other. What we've also found is that when you say, hey, I want to find out if we have sexual chemistry right now.
Excuse me.
Chemistry creates an imbalance because you could have great sex, but no love. And our thing is we wanted to find out, can we love each other without letting our sexual prowess in the bedroom be the thing that determines if we like each other?
Divorce in 5 years. Excuse me.
So was there a gateway to other things, so to speak? Because when it came, it gave you an opportunity to...
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not sure I understood.
No, in other words, how did it change your life after?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was it worth the wait, Meagan?
Yes, it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait.
But simply because it was so great and because you really knew each other and because there was no sexual dynamic.
Right.
Yeah, that was a huge
able to
part
explore
of it,
everything else.
Is that there's so much trust and there's so much confidence and there's so much just a knowingness that we have because the foundation of what it was built on to us is just so solid, and everything else, again, as I was saying, that's additional, that's icing on the cake, but I don't know how to explain it, but I've never been in a relationship.
But for you, Meagan, I thought it was really interesting because you had a label of being a party girl. You had a lot of different high-profile boyfriends, a lot of high-profile relationships. And so when people heard Meagan Good is now celibate, people were like, aye? So what is it that you want people to know? Was it a big change in your life for you, a big change in your way of thinking, or did it happen after you met him?
No, it happened after jumping the broom. I came home and I just kind of prayed about what I needed to be doing because I felt like I was a mess and I felt like I had kind of hit rock bottom in terms of emotionally and spiritually, and so it was in that prayer time that I came to the conclusion that I needed to be celibate. I needed to do something different than what I had been doing all the years before. Every relationship that I came out of, I felt a conviction about wanting to be celibate, but either the person wasn't on the same page with me, or I would get fearful that I would lose them, or that we would break up, or whatever it may be. And it wasn't until I just decided, like, this is what I need to do for me, because I need to heal and I need to focus on myself and I need to advance myself in every area of my life without the distraction of, feeling like I need this man, whoever it may be.
But is there
all right, she need this man, right? She never was looking for a husband. She slept with thugs, gangsters, thug wannabes, Hollywood elite thugs, right? And you heard the mess that's spewing out of her mouth, right? She thought about it, and she was trying to get the other guys to be celibate, but she's in a relationship, i.e. biblically a marriage with the other guys, because she's living with them and having sex. Then she's having sex with other guys and stuff like that, and she's questioning everything and stuff, but at no point did she lend credence to how important it is to be a virgin before you get a preacher man. But the preacher man was no better, right? And so basically, he's preaching one thing and doing another. He said it out of his own mouth. All right. So back to what all the commotion was about in the video prior. This is a preacher man who's writing a book telling men to be celibate, and then this is Meagan Good at the BET Awards. Remember all the commotion you have? Meagan, turn around, turn around. Ooh, look at those boobs. Look at those boobs. Oh, Lord, look at that booty. You can hear the dude in a camera shot, right? Now, here's the problem with this. Look at her, all right? More importantly, look at her husband, the preacher. The preacher that's writing a book telling people how they should be celibate. And you see the camera shots all over her breasts and everything that's protruding out of her the breasts, right? And look at the smiles on their face. They saying kiss him. And so she gives him a fake kiss with all that lipstick on, because this is a holy woman that just wrote a book preaching celibacy until you get married. Oh, excuse me, not necessarily in that order. Be a whore, sleep with everybody you can, sleep with all the thugs, sleep with all the high risers, all right? Then get you a Christian preacher man who, those of you are that's in the truth know that that's BS. All right, get you a Christian preacher man, then be celibate, make a wedding date, then get married, and then come out dressed like that. Because then, that all makes sense to me. Here's my final thoughts, y'all. All right, that was some blackafu. That was really some blackafu. Black men and black women. Like Steve Harvey, this fake spiritual couple is trying to screw up black women's heads to sell books to them and only them. Because no black man in his right mind would buy any crap that come from this couple. All right? If a woman is not a virgin, then celibacy has no real value in a relationship with a man. I repeat this. If a woman is not a virgin, then celibacy have no real value in a relationship with a man. If you want a man and you're no longer a virgin, then learn how to be a woman. It's as simple as that, especially with a black man. We are very tolerant with women that know how to be women. That's all you got to be for us, is be a good woman. Not celibate. Don't bring that crap to the relationship. Be a good woman. That's all you got to be. Think about this. The same man that wants men to lust after his wife by letting her wear that crap at the BET Awards, knowing that it's watched by a bunch of thugs, simps, and all that wannabe, is telling black people to be celibate and get married. Understand this. The same man that wants black men to lust after his wife, he has to want it because he allowed to walk out in that mess. And he's telling black people to be celibate before they get married? Okay, that's some reverse cracker food, right? And we need to let that thing die with its own sword in the back. Can anybody say intellectual kung fu need to ride this out? Y'all use your head. Intellectual kung fu over that blacker fu cracker fu. With that said, I'm out.